Hello, welcome to the call. I'm running about a minute or two late. Let me bring on Wayne and we'll get this thing started here. Let's see. Give me an audio check. I switched mics and I want to make sure everything's working here. Okay, got it loud and clear. Got some funny stuff going on. Wayne, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, everyone.
All right. We're going to have a good call today. This is exciting, excellent. I can hear you loud and clear in San Jose. Welcome. Okay. Wayne hasn't seen this call or he hasn't seen the tools that I've been using in the last 30 days. He said, "Y'all, you just handle it, Damon." So anyway, we're gonna have fun today. Now I need to do something real quick. Let's do this. Invite link. Patrick Tuttle is supposed to join us, but he's en route in the car coming back from vacation. So just send him a link. If he joins us, great. We'll catch him later on the call. Okay, should be good. Wayne, you see the GSites
Yep,
bulk posting?
yep.
Okay, perfect. Now, guys, we are going, I guarantee you this time, we're going over an hour on this. I've got some bonus training at the end for those that want to learn a little bit more about GSites and how to make homepage with link magnets in there. We've been doing this almost a year, putting local pages on there from Daryl Osborne and Don Roberts. We worked with them to kind of create a local page, but we'll talk about that at the end of the call. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because we got a lot to cover. If you've never been on a call, I want to welcome you to Geek Out Fridays for your first time. If you are regular, I'm glad you're here because we got some good stuff for you today. And we are recording this, and hopefully we'll have this at the available as a recording later today. And we're going to go. I'm going to go ahead and leave the recorder on the entire time. So if you feel like you have to hop off, you can catch it on YouTube. But we may get to the end of the call. Wayne may have something that he wants to show us. We've been working a lot on some other stuff, so we'll just kind of play it by ear, see how we're doing on time. If that's okay, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So, what we're going to talk about today is how to bulk post to Google Sites. Now, why do you even need Google Sites if you got WordPress or you got Masher sites or you got Medium or anywhere else that you're posting content? The reason is Google loves Google. Google Sites I've seen it in Ahrefs uh, they usually have a MOS score of around 98. Now that doesn't mean your individual site will have that high a DA, but Ahrefs, I think the DR is over 90. They have a lot of powerful backlinks. And if you can group them together with multiple Google accounts, multiple Google sites on those Google accounts, and start building backlinks or links to guest posts or where use them as your tier one, they are very solid PBN sites. Very excited to show you this because they're really easy to make. Here's the caveat: Google Sites does not have an API. Okay. And I'll repeat that. That means it doesn't have a way to automate things like Wayne knows how to do. If they had an API or whenever they do come out with an API, you will hear it first from me that we have Google Site Masher. But right now they don't have an API and we don't build software unless we have an API integration that works well. Okay. With that said, I'm going to show you on the call another product. Okay. So I want to caution you if you're offended by me promoting something else, this at the end of the call, you may want to hop off before I show you the other tool that we're using. Okay. But because you're AIMasher and Geek Out Friday, I'm going to show you the manual method today. So let's go over the workflow of how we build our PBN sites with tools like AIMasher, Zimmwriter, even RSS-Masher gets involved. Okay. So I'm going to show you two methods. But here is the basic workflow. We create AI written content, same as what probably most of y'all do. Okay. We import and enhance it in AIMasher. Why don't we go straight from Zimmwriter into WordPress? Well, he's done a pretty good job, but I think our images are better and we do a lot of other things inside of AIMasher than just posting. Okay. And I'll show you a little bit today, although this is not an AIMasher demo, it's more of a Google site. So I'm going to show you real quick on how we do stuff. Okay. Then we send the article to a media embedded HTML. Okay. What's the difference between just a regular HTML that you might get off Zimmwriter and a media embedded? To do this media embedded HTML is you have to have your images stored online. You have to have your audio stored online or your video stored online. And they have to be in a storage capacity that you can pull them as iframes or as media imports. Okay, you can't just drop them in Dropbox and then put them over. So they have to be in a very special storage to do a single post media embed. And Wayne has figured it out. And we added this feature about 2 months ago, Wayne, I think.
Yeah, probably longer.
Yeah. And we didn't have a lot of fanfare, but this one button on AIMasher, actually, we got 3 buttons that you probably don't even know we have. This one button on AIMasher that it's an incredible powerhouse. I use it for SEO Neo. I use it for Google Sites. I use it for Medium. I use it to go back into webhooks through Zapier. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this one button, which is the HTML button. Okay. Then I'm going to show you in our workflow today, this is the primary, what we're going to focus on is posting to Google Sites. I'm going to show you 2 input methods. One is the manual method and one is the auto magic. It's not automatic, it's auto magic. I label it like that because if it was automatic, we would be doing it. But it's using some browser scraping and some special tools to kind of make it do magic. Okay. So this is not a training on how to AI write articles, but because I'm showing you our workflow, I want to kind of just briefly go over. We write bulk content with Zimmwriter. Give me a yes if y'all do the same thing. Okay, I got a lot of yeses coming in. We got a lot of people on the call today. I'm glad of that. So yes, we do Zimmwriter. We use ScaleNut. ScaleNut is more my long form. They have a magic button, but anyway, it's a very long form. I can get a 10,000 word document out of ScaleNut. This is what I use for guides, helpful guides, content guides. I do a lot of my history blogs with ScaleNut because it writes great history articles with citations and everything else in there. We use AIMasher. We have a content engine, and it's getting better every month. We keep tweaking it. And we've got some things coming out in the fall with the Content Masher that you don't need any of the other tools. You can just use our content engine to do a great set of diversified blog posts. Okay. We'll talk more about this later. I use Koala Writer. Koala Writer is great if you're doing product roundups or listicles. It does all types of referencing, citations. It finds the images, and it does a great job. I've talked about this before, but Chat GPT. We use Surfer. I've got those little $19, and we bought them a long time ago. They do a great job, but we also do article rewrites with Surfer, and they do a fairly decent job of rewriting articles. I mean, we've got a package that we probably shouldn't have gotten. It's a big package, but Surfer does a decent job. I've no complaints about any of these tools here. I do have to spend time editing on ScaleNet. At Zimmwriter, I had to spend a little bit of time editing, but they're all AI. Okay, so let's go into the next step in our workflow. Is you've got to import. Now, I'll show you on AIMasher when we do the demo. I just wanted to kind of get it in your idea. This is a strategy part of the show. So you would go into AIMasher, first click import articles. You're going to go to the article publisher, import articles. You'll choose number 2. You'll choose your template. So we got Zimmwriter, we got Koala, we got all just your basic HTML. We got auto blogging in there. If we can't read it, let Lane know, and we will make a template just for whatever you have. If it can't read with what I think we got 10 of them in there already. You group them together. On Zimmwriter, we want to remove the title content because we don't want to repeat title with the first line being the title again. So you're probably familiar with this. Enhance articles. When you click that, you're going to see a media pack open. You can use media. We've got shared media, and you probably won't see MasherNet media. This is our own admin package, but you can put all types of media in there. Somebody asked me the other day, why don't you generate all your content with AI? I said, when I'm doing articles, I want maybe the featured image to be AI generated, but the rest of it, I can go in and find some really good media packs to fit in there to make it work that are from Canva. They're public available images. There may be on Envato or Deposit Photo. We spend a lot of time building our own media pack so that we have real images mixed in with AI images. And sometimes the AI images are so good, you can't tell they're not photographs. So anyway, this is just kind of the way we do it. If you click this, you can use our AI image model, and based on the package that you're in, you get a whole bunch of free credits, but we also have some rollover credits if you want to buy some. We also do convert YouTube videos to embed. So if you've got Zimmwriter and he's got you put some YouTube videos, we'll correctly format it. And this is important when we're going into HTML. We want to correctly format it. So just leave that check. Import audit description. This is just so you can track where the articles came from. These are just kind of some ideas on the import itself. You browse, select all the files that you want to import, click import, and it starts the import. Okay. Now, this is the enhancement, is we will put media pack and we'll build AI images. And I'll show you how we do that. Okay. But the next step is we have a full AI HTML editor that is using your OpenAI account whenever you edit. So you have full access to do any type of editing before you post it. We like to do our editing outside of WordPress. Reason is when you post it, it can possibly get indexed or crawled with whatever came in off of Zimmwriter or Koala or whatever without an eyeball being put to it. So we publish live. We don't publish to draft. So we use this as our editor. And when we do this, is we get the option, if we've done AI images, we got 4 images. You can flip the buttons. I'll show you on at the end of the show. We'll kind of go into this again. But in here, this is just kind of the long form. You've got a lot of things that you can do. You can summarize the article. You can put 11 labs, a voiceover, or an OpenAI in there. You can also add more media pack if you want to add more images. You can add a video here using live search. So there's a lot of features you can do once you click the little button here to edit. Okay. Wayne, any points at this time?
Yeah, there's a few people that think that Google discontinued Google business sites, particularly if that was attached to the Great British Pound. Um, if you go to Gemma will show you anyway. If you
Yeah.
go to the link where Google sites are, you can just create a blank site and you can just
Oh yeah. That's we create blank sites all the time.
you just
Yeah,
yeah
I'll
just
get to
carry
that
on and
when
yeah.
yeah, we're not even quite there yet.
No.
So this is the button that we've been talking about, the HTML file button. Okay. So what you do is you select the articles you want to send to a file, give it a name, select HTML, and then click the button, download selected articles. But if you'll notice, we do something else too. We do a docx and we do a PDF. We'll even put it back as a markdown. Or if all you want to do is pull the audio that you created as either a summary or a full post read, we can save them just the MP3s off of the selected articles. Why would you need that? That's podcast stuff right there. Okay. But we're going to talk about HTML. So when you select the articles, and I'll show you, you will come down here and say HTML, put your zip file in and download. It's going to make media embedded articles. It's going to zip them all up and then download it for you. Okay. Now, once you have them in a zip file, you can either do a manual post, and that's the first thing I'm going to show you. And basically, you have to unzip the zip file, and then you'll have all the articles, and they're all in text-based HTML format. And you just open each of them that you want to put in there, and you'll do Control C or Control A, Control C, Control V. Okay. Copy, paste, copy, paste. The second, I'm going to show you this new tool, Google Site Factory version 2. This method has a cost to it. You have to actually buy it, somebody else's program, and it's using third-party software that I have an affiliate relationship. Okay, but I've personally worked with their developer over the last 3 months to get Google Sites Factory working with AIMasher and to do some things that you can't do with any other software. Now, like I said at the beginning, Google does not have an API, so this thing is going to take over your computer and start doing things on a Chromium browser. So I would recommend maybe put it on a different computer or run it at night. That's what I do. So I typically start it at night and just let it run. Okay. But I'm going to give you some tips on how to use it because it's a very good program, but it has some little quirks, and I've gotten to the quirks that I can tell you on the call what the quirks are. Okay. So y'all ready for a demo? I hope everybody's saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, here we go. Now, before I go into the demo, I want to show you what some of these Google sites look like that have their Zimmwriter articles that have been media enhanced with AIMasher and have been posted in 2 different formats, either the manual method or the Google Site Factory method. Okay. So this is Creative Pet Costumes. This is the homepage. This is a Google site. And I got some videos in here. They're all fun videos about pet costumes. Who would, I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that this is a hugely popular niche. It's 2 times a year that this is really popular, Halloween and Christmas. But there's millions of views on these videos, and there's the pay-per-click search is really, really high. Okay. Now, this is what we'll be talking about at the end. This is a local page. It's got links that get updated daily, and it's got static links to my site, which is Best Dog Training. I think bestdogtraining.com or something like that. In fact, it's bestdogtrainingtips.com. So I've got a lot of articles over there. So I link them inside this little local page. And then it's just buried into a homepage. Very easy to build this little homepage. But let's take a look at some articles. Okay. This is a embed code. Okay. And I'm going to show you two different ways to embed it manually. You can click the button to insert a page. In fact, let's just do that. This is the Google Site Editor, and insert works on the page. This is the home page that you're looking at, okay? And I clicked over to this page, which is the very first one. So let's take a look at it here. What percentage of people? Okay, so this is an embed code. And all I did was I went up to insert, embed, and paste the code right here, okay? Now keep this in mind because I'm going to show you something different, okay? So if you do insert page and then embed code, you're going to get a little iframe, okay? So the whole article's in here. It's just iframed. And you have to do that along with the other scroller, okay? But if you go into this one, this is a full page embed that I just copied. I went in down to my plus down here, pages, get plus, oops, pages, and you would do full page embed. So you're either going to do new page or full page embed. When you do that, give it a name, test, done, and then add embed code. This is where you paste, okay? So I'm kind of working this backwards so you can have an idea of where we're getting all this. And let's go back to pages. And when you're done, you just hit the publish button. It's that easy to create sites, okay? So this was an embed code, a full page embed, and this is a insert new page, and then we have the insert embed code, okay? Now these images are coming out of AIMasher. This is the media pack. I remember I just told you I was using media pack along with an AI image. So this AI image that's going to get a lot of attention. Okay. First paragraph. Here's the.
As Halloween approaches, consider your dog.
So I put voiceover, and we got media packs, and I've got some built-in links in here. So this looks pretty nice. The only thing that's missing is if you do a full page embed, Wayne, what's missing on this page here? Oh, this is wrong page. Okay. If I do a full page embed, I'm missing the header. You can't put a header on a full page embed. Okay. So that's the two embed code methods, full page embed, no header. If you use insert page and do embed code, you're going to be in an iframe like this. Okay. Very easy to do. Let's look at a couple more. Best dog training tips, table of contents. Here's some really nice. There's that local page, more videos. It takes about 15 minutes to do this entire homepage right here. Okay. If I click on one of these, now this was built with the Google Site Factory. Okay. Now, ideally, when you do this, you can come in and change the sizes of the images real easily. And I'll show you in a few minutes how we do all the editing. I just want to show you what they kind of look like. Competitive gaming. This was another site. I've got probably 30 articles in here. It took maybe 10 minutes to set it up and let it run overnight. And then I built the homepage the next day. So I got top videos, table of contents on the homepage. Let's look at one of the pages. Now, this is one of the pages that has not been edited. This is because it's not API, we have to insert the image, which is now on your Google Drive, and this is not edited. Okay. So if I come back here, I think I've got one that's edited. Nope, that one's not edited. Okay, this one was edited. Real nice. Okay, so let's look at aquascaping. This is another one that I did with Google Sites. And I came in and changed the images. I mean, this is a very nice layout, and it doesn't take very long to do all this. This is also designed, this is a Zimmwriter article that we put media pack in, we put an audio in, and we made the image right here. So what do you need for aquascaping? And this is using Matt's search intent focus on the bulk editor. If you're going to use Zimmwriter and bulk writing, use that search intent focus. Very good paragraph. He does a great job with it. And bolding of the keywords in here. So anyway, you can see this is a great looking article. I spent about 5 minutes in here resizing these images, moving them around. But I think it makes the readability a lot better. If you just kind of move images around, it makes the scrolling nice. And at the same time, you've got a audio that plays.
Embarking on an aquascaping journey requires a solid aquarium, reliable filtration.
Okay. So I just want to get you in the frame of mind. This is how we do it. And if you go back to Google Sites, you can create a blank site right here. This is how you would just start from scratch if you wanted to do that, and choose a theme, and then just start importing pages in here, okay? So let's get into, we're going to go back to AIMasher. So I'm going to kind of start with the idea of you've made your articles in Zimmwriter already, and now you're going to import them into Article Publisher. You've probably seen this before. And here's your Article Publisher, import articles. And I'm going to choose Zimmwriter bulk blog. Now, if you create images with Zimmwriter, you would choose this one and use his images created in Zimmwriter. But we're going to create images on our own. So I'm just going to do bulk blog post right there. Hopefully I've got a few of them in there. And I'm going to remove title. In fact, let's go ahead and load some up here. Let's see. Output. I'm just going to bring in 3 articles. They're on, looks like travel planning. I'll hit open. So it says 3 articles. I'm going to remove the title because Zimmwriter, we don't want to double it up. There's 1 article per file. So there are some of them that some of the writers will put all the articles in 1 text file. And well, it's not this case. So if that's the case, then we would separate it here, okay? Enhance articles, absolutely. We want to enhance them. Okay, media packs. I'm going to use my media pack, and I think this is on travel. I'll just type in travel. Now, we name our travel. If we're going to create AI, we're going to put it in a different folder than just the media pack that we pull in off of Canva or online. So I'm going to just say group travel, okay? Now, I'm going to use AI to generate some featured images, okay? We have it set up that you can use Dolly. This is using your OpenAI account or Stability, and this is using your Stability account, or you can use our graphic engine. And we have a new version called, where is, oops. Have we got SD3 in here yet?
No.
Okay. If we don't have SD3, then use this one. Is it Protovision?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. That's a good one to use. Now, this is for the featured image, okay? But I'm going to use Media Pack for images in the content itself, okay? So I'm going to pull from a Media Pack I've already set up called Group Travel. I'm going to create a brand new featured image. And my media pack,
you'll have to search for your articles because you've flicked and changed the screen. It's refreshed it, so it blanks it out.
oh, yeah, I'll have to do that again.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Actually, if I do this again, it's not going to erase that, is it?
No, but do it at the end because
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to use that. Media pack, I'm going to go every 7 paragraphs. Now, this number right here is set in your settings up here. So you could set it up if you like a lot of images in you could set it up every 3 paragraphs. Or if you want fewer, you could do every 10 paragraphs. Or you could do it above every subheading. Okay. So I'm going to do every 7 paragraphs. That looks good. Add a video. We can do a live search for you based on the topic. Now I'm just going to turn it off, but also if you have some videos that you want to put in your media pack, you can have images and videos and we'll pull from that media pack. Okay. So this is nice is if you have a lot of your own YouTube images that you want to put in on your articles, you can do that. You just add them to your whatever media pack you're using. But I'm going to just turn it off for right now. Now, I am going to save these group travel, but I'm going to put the ones that we generate, I'm going to put them in an AI folder. And I think I've got AI group. Just go travel. So senior, I'll just put it right in here. Okay. We're good to go. This is just internal. Convert YouTube to videos. I don't have any YouTubes on there. And let's choose the articles again. Okay. And import. Okay. So those are coming in. Those are 3 new ones coming in. I think I already hit it. Okay. So you would come over here to my articles and it's going to tell you AI image processing. So I've got 3 that are cooking right now. When they're complete, they're going to say AI image complete. So let's take a look at, and you can see we run these all day long. I've got my VA is probably cranking 300 to 400 articles a day in very good hobby niches. It looks like we're looking at bee-friendly gardening. So I'm going to just show you what it looks like. We've generated an AI image. And if you'll notice up here, this is one, if you use our AI image model, we're going to give you 4 choices. So if you don't like that choice, you can just click another button. And whichever one you leave it with, that's kind of neat. I like that with the bees in there, okay? Search intent focus, importance of pollinators, top vegetables for bees, okay? So let's see, squash and cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers. I didn't know that. Avoid using pesticides, flowering, okay? And then these are media packs in here. Very nice article, okay? Now, I can do I don't think we've done a video. We haven't done a voiceover. So I'm going to show you how to do a voiceover if you've never seen it before. We're going to use OpenAI, AIMasher, and you choose your prompt. With this one, I'm going to do maybe TMZ. 100 words is going to get you about a 40-second clip. It creates summary. Okay, that looks good. That looks pretty decent. Okay. Now, summary article. You can do a full article if you want, or a full article exclude the subheadings. This will run up some cost on you doing full articles, especially on 11 Labs. Okay. So I'm going to do summary, and I'm going to do above first subheading. I don't want it at the very top of the article. I want it above the first subheading. Okay. And I'll just do open API, and we'll just do echo create audio. Now, I'm doing this one at a time to visually show you how this is done individually. But once you've decided how you want it, then you can make a template and then just select all the ones that you just imported and run that template, go have lunch, come back, and they're all done. Media packs, if you want to swap out, if you want to add a live video search, you can add a video at this time if you want some more video images. You can also, if you got some listicles or helpful content, you could put this at the bottom of the page. Let's see, listicle. I don't think I have anything about bees. Arborist equipment. So I've done a lot of listicles in here. Reusable tree maintenance. Anyway, I'm not going to use those right now, but you would just click the button and it inserts it. We even have anchor text list. So I have an anchor text list called beekeeping. And I can click this button and it will go pull the anchor text list and tell me how many it's replaced based on the tags that it has up there. So I didn't get any with that one. Let's go. And if you want to group them, change groups that you're putting in, that's how you do it. And if you've got it set up with RSS-Masher, you can send it straight over there and it gets in a mash, goes to the schedule. And that's how easy it is to get this one article done, edited. But let me show you one last thing in here. We're in the editor. So while you're in here, you can come over here and go, don't overlook beans either. Let's change that article. I'm going to come up here, AI tools. Let's improve it. Okay, that sounds good. You can even shorten it. Let's come back up here and we're going to go make it short. Let's make it more detailed. I've never heard of bean plants being good for bees, but that's interesting. Even eggplants. So make it more detailed. It's going to make the paragraph bigger for you. Okay. Made it a lot bigger. Eggplants. Bees and butterflies. Okay, that's great. Okay. Very nice. But this is the power. You got that in there. You can even, if you don't like that position there, you can move it around. I'll just move it back. You get down to the end, you go put your slash, and you can put an AI image in here. We'll create one for you right there on the fly. Headings, you can do a table. You can put a quote in here. This is really nice to break up the continuity of your content here. So anyway, y'all have probably seen this before, so I don't want to harbor on this too long. But anyway, once you're done, you would come down here and just click update and finish. Okay, that's one at a time. If you wanted to, I've got all these complete. I'm going to come over here and click all three of those. And without doing anything special, I'm going to come down here to template and I'm going to make a voiceover. So I have one called Shimmer down here. This is the one I like using. It's a TMZ 100-word. So it's going to summarize it and then put a voiceover. And all I have to do is assign the template. 3 articles assigned to template. Now it will say template complete. When it says that, they're ready to do something with. Okay. Now, that's the enhancement. That's the, how you do all that. So I'm kind of going quickly over that because I want to get into the Google Sites stuff real quick. Okay. Now, once you're done and you're ready to go, I want a bee-friendly. I'm going to choose 5 of these. Okay. So there's 5, and I'll just copy that to make it easier. Let's choose. Okay, those 5. I'm going to download selected articles, but I'm going to call it, and this is just for naming purposes, Google Site Factory 2, Bee Friendly Gardening. And it's just so I can have a placeholder for a name. Okay, it's pretty quick. I got the 5 articles. You can't see them because I'm just sharing that one screen. But you can, if you're using input method 2, through GSF2, you don't have to unzip it. But if you're going to manually input them, you're going to have to extract them. So you just hit the extract button and it's going to put it into a folder for me. Okay. And I'll share this in just a second here. Okay. Now we're ready to go to Google Sites. Wayne, any questions right now?
There's been a few.
Okay. I've got to take a quick break. Okay. What are they?
Hi, Wayne, Damon. I have GSite Creator already, and I like the solution you have come up with for adding new pages. It's talking about that's something else he's talking about, which is inside of AIMasher, which we'll cover later. Let's have a look. Some people were a bit basically, if everyone just uses the normal sites at Google sites.google.com, everyone's got that, every account's got that, and that's the one that you'll use to create Google Sites.
Okay.
So don't worry about anything that was discontinued. We weren't using that anyway.
Okay. I am bringing on Patrick Tuttle.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Patrick, you on the call?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. I hope your vacation was good.
I got wet.
Well, in Texas, that's always good.
Yeah. Well, when you go down to Niagara Falls, you better get wet or you did something wrong.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to use the manual method and we're going to build a bee-friendly garden. So I'm going to click blank site. Page title. Let's name it first. Bee-friendly gardening. I always like to say it's tips or hints or hacks or secrets. Okay. And I'm going to make the first page bee-friendly gardening. Oops. Let's copy this. Let's try this again. Bee-friendly gardening tips. Okay. Now let's try this. Okay. So we have a header. This is what I would maybe consider the home page. And I'm going to change themes. I don't really like that boring theme. I'm just going to come over here and go, let's make it this one. So you can kind of play around. And I'm going to go ahead in here and change the image out. Whatever you have on your home page, when you insert a page, it's going to copy the home page theme. So let's go select and here by your Google Images, bee garden. See if I got anything in here for a bee garden. Put one there. Okay, close enough. You can also change the anchor position and you can remove the readability, but this looks really good. So I am going to hit publish. And we're going to call it bee-friendly gardening tips. Hit publish. Okay, now I'm going to quickly go through this because this is the manual method. Okay, and most of you probably have seen how to build one. This is really easy to build. I'm going to come into pages. This is the home page, and now I'm going to do a full page embed. But before I do that, I'll stop the share and I want to do it this way so that you can see my files that we're uploading and everything. Okay. So you should see right now, I just dragged over the folder for the Bee Friendly Gardening. And I'm going to open up, should you mulch a Bee Friendly Gardening site, and I'm going to open up this text file. Oops. Okay. So there's the embed code. We've got a lot of HTML in here. We've got some images. So I'm just going to hit Control A, Control C, hop over here and insert. Oops. What's this page? Should you mulch a Bee Friendly Gardening space? And I'm going to pull this off screen and go insert full page embed. Mulch. I would do a better mulch bee garden. I'd do a better title than that. So I'm going to go add embed code, and I'm going to paste that in there. Hit next, insert. Okay. So we just did that. We're ready to publish, but before I do that, I'm going to get rid of that page there. Untitled, and I'm going to delete. Okay. Now you would want to write a privacy policy, a table of contents, and all the stuff that goes with it, which is done automatically in that Google Site Factory. Okay. So that's the input method. Let's hit publish, see what we got. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here and go, I did that down arrow and view publish site. Okay. Home page. Oops. Well, never seen that. There we go. Takes a little while to come over. And there is our embed code. Okay. Notice we're missing, a title up here, but this is quick and dirty. This is, you got the post in there. Okay. Go back to home, and we're going to do the other method. Take off that logo there. V. And make this right. There is not a lot of design options with Google Sites. Okay. It's just the way that they're written. Okay. So I'm going to do insert, go back to pages, insert a new page, and I'm going to pull one of the other articles out, which is going to be, what are bees attracted to most? Open that up. And let's give it, copy the name real quick. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to copy the name, paste it right here, and hit done. Okay, so you notice it copied over the home page into this. Now, this is a page, not a embed page. So I'm going to go into insert, but I've got to put embed code in there. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this entire embed code for this one page, move that off screen, and paste it right there. Okay, hit insert. Okay, now this is going to be an iframe, so you can stretch it out. I'm going to make it full width. You notice the grids are all set up full width. Okay, I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. I want my iframe to show the image, but show enough text to know that they want to scroll down just a little bit. Okay, so that's set up, ready to go. I'll hit publish, and we'll see what it looks like. And then we're going to move into the Google Site Factory. This is what I'm excited about showing you. So let's go into, hit refresh right here. Okay. What are bees attracted to? Okay. Now, this copied the title, the header over, which we like, and it put a really nice article in there. But you've got the iframe. Wayne and I, Wayne's been a coder what, 30 years now. I haven't been a coder in a long time, but we don't like this iframe because if you're on a phone, you now have two sliders. You have the site page, which has a slider, and then you have the iframe, which is a slider. And if you're on a phone, your finger sometimes clicks over here, and it's frustrating because it would come down to the end of this. But you can, this is the manual method. Now, there was a couple of things I want to show you real quick on the home page before we leave. And we're in pages here. I'll go back to home. I've got two articles. We really need a table of contents. If you do this manually, you're going to have the links, but you can put in, let's do insert, text box, and I'm just going to call it table of contents. You have to do this manually. Table of contents. Okay, but we'll call this heading. And down here, we'll put that in there. And I'll put the other link in here. Okay. Now, if you imagine, if you had 50 or 500 and you did it manually, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, but let's put some more stuff on there. Insert. Let's come in here. Now, we could put, let's see, YouTube. Okay, I'm going to say bee gardens in USA. Okay, so when I do this, pollinator, I'm looking for views. Which one had how to create a friendly bee garden? Sure, let's do that. Bee extinction. Let's do watch the bee grow. Extreme makeover. This would be a good one. I'm going to do maybe 4 of them. Okay, there we go. Hit insert. It stacks them, and you can put 2 side by side. Okay. Now, because this is Google, you can kind of move things around. If I want to move this like right in between them, I can do that. And then this is where you would put other embed codes. You've got a lot of stuff you can put in there. Social links. If you followed Patrick and his team with Ranking Factory, Gary will load this up with Google Calendar or Google Maps, Google Docs, slides, the local page. You could put all the Google properties in here and they just build continuous backlinks for you. This is the special part of Google, okay? You don't have a lot of options on how it looks, but you do have a lot of options of putting all the Google stuff in there, okay? Patrick, do you have anything to add to this just on the Google site itself?
No, but when you learn about all the other things that we can do under the hood, which, we kind of go through the training. When you buy this and have this with us, we go through all the training of how to build the GSites and all the various things that you can do. You'll really see the power of everything that you can do that's just insane. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yep. And so let's take a final look at the manual method. Let's do, okay. So that, within 15 minutes, we built a site and we've manually inputted 2 articles. It's cut, copy, paste. If you want to do this manually and you want to do this all the time, you can just bring up the site and just do cut, copy, paste. It's a little time consuming. The thing I just don't like about it is I love this header, but if I do a full page embed, I don't get the header, I don't get the spacing. But if I do the header, I do insert page and then insert embed code, I get the header, but I get an iframe. We can't help it. It's the way Google acts. But I'm going to show you the difference, okay? So I've got to do something here. Let's make this a little bit. And I've got to bring up, before I do that, I've got to pull this down just a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm going to go in and we're going to build a site from scratch, but I'm going to start because we just don't want to watch it build. I'm going to pick out another topic in here. Oops. I need to uncheck those first. So we're going to start from, we're going to build a brand new site. And I've got a new topic in here, I think. Micro weddings. Wayne, I've never heard of a micro wedding.
I think that's one that you can annul quicker when you want to get divorced.
What? Patrick, have you heard of micro weddings?
Well, mine was pretty micro. I was so drunk the night before that when I got there, it was really, really quick and out the door. It was really micro, baby. I was like,
oh my God,
I'm going to kill you as soon as we walk out the door.
So what do people choose? Why do they choose it? Who should come to a wedding? And what is the timeline? Okay, so we got 3 good articles. I'm doing only 3 right now, just because of the time, being on the call. I'm going to give you the trick to Google Site Factory. Package them up to do the first run through Google Site Factory. Package them up as 5 sites or 5 posts. Okay. And then from then on, you can do 10 posts or 20 posts. Don't try to put in more than 20 posts at one time or it gets hung up. Chris is working on it to do more than 20. I've gotten 30 in there before, but I know 10 and 20 still work. Okay. So we're going to do 5 to start with.
Well, Damon, I think the answer to your question is once you set this up and do it, to add another 5 takes what, about 30 seconds?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's not like you have to go back and rebuild everything else. You just do the 5, boom, let them sit, let them germinate, let them get indexed, boom, do another 5, boom, do another 5. Yep. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it really is that simple. And we typically will create 100 articles per niche. So we have figured out micro wedding is a popular sub niche. So we got 100 articles that we want to put in there. I'm not going to do all 100 at the same time, but I'm going to do 5 to start with. Did we do 5 or 3? I think I just did 3. So I name it like this. So it's going to go into a folder. I'm just going to name it download selected articles. Okay, pretty fast. And you should see it's in a zip file ready to go. And I'm not going to unzip it because this Google Site Factory doesn't need it unzipped. So I'm going to kind of move this out of the way for right now and bring up Google Site Factory. Okay. Now, I've got a really wide screen, so I've got to scrunch this down so it fits into the, okay. So this is what you're going to see whenever you launch this. Yeah, just for curiosity, give me a yes if you already have Google Sites Factory. Because I think I'm going to show you something new that you've never seen before. Yep. Okay, cool. Got some good ones in there. Perfect. Now, once you get in here, Google Site Factory has a lot of stuff with it. Okay. It's overwhelming to me. It's almost as confusing as our products are because we have so much stuff in there. But they've simplified it for us. Okay. I go in, I'm going to build the micro weddings. So I'm going to hit import. And I'm showing you the exact steps that I take. Micro wedding, open. Okay. Now, you've got to change the name here. This is what's going to go into Google. So I'm going to call it micro wedding secrets. Okay. And I'm going to give it a business name. I'm going to go micro wedding services. Okay. Now I want to build a home page. I want to add a privacy policy, and I want to add a terms of service. Okay. Now you can remember we talked about the local page. I showed you what it is. You could put the iframe URL right here and add it to every page, but I'm going to skip it. We'll add it later. They do schema. This is really nice. They do schema. So what they're going to do is it's going to import and unpack everything, and then it's going to start uploading. But before that, I've got to get a website. And I've got 2 Google accounts attached. I'm going to go with the one that we're looking at right now. But you can have, this is where the power of a PBN network comes in. You can have multiple Google accounts attached here. Now, it's going to go through its Chromium browser and say, check your phone or check your Google Mail to verify. But once you've verified, you can run hundreds, or I think it's unlimited how many Google accounts. So you can build with this AIMasher setup. I could do 10 micro wedding posts in my account, 10 micro posts in Undova Limited, and I could just keep on adding Google accounts and have all these micro wedding Google sites set up with links to other products. I'd put them on the home page. I would put them on local pages in there. Okay. So you kind of get the idea. That's the power of it right there. But I've got to get the URL and then hit continue. Now, so you can see and watch what it's doing. This is the Chromium browser that's going to pop up. And it's going to start building the site. It's going to give it a name. And it's going to finish importing everything for us. And let's see. And it doesn't take too long doing 3 to 4 pages to start with.
Hey, Damon, one of the things you just mentioned is that, we really abuse this as much as we can. And we've got hundreds of accounts on a single Gmail, and I would never suggest that anybody do that. But in the 5 years that we've been building this, we've never, that we know of, had our Gmails banned. But, things change, right? So you definitely have to be prudent about, how many you want to put on there, especially if you're doing any of these for clients. You definitely want to not have, 10 clients on your same Gmail account.
Yeah, and to follow up with that, I'm the opposite. Is I have bought aged Google accounts, and every one of them gets banned.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's why we built the minion builders. We build our Google accounts with real phone numbers and real addresses, and they're backed up by our other sites. So if you're going to build Google accounts, start from scratch. Get a real phone number, get a friends or family or a plan. So it should. Let's see where we're at on it. It says it's done. Importing content. It might be under that, but it's not under that. It's probably because we're on a call here in Google Sites Factory. Let's see where we're at. Come over here. And pull the screen back in. And we're going to go to Google Sites. Okay, Micro Wedding Secrets. Looks like it's still processing. Okay. Let's click this upload to URL. Sometimes Damon forgets things that he needs to do while he's talking with other people.
Well, the other part of it is, if you think about Damon, when we first began this like 7 months ago with you, no, I'm kidding, but it's been a long process to get to where we are. But from the perspective of what we can accomplish with this right now, and with the Mesher, environment that you're using and bringing into posts and everything else, we know that Google is going to generative conversation AI SEO. And if you don't know that, or don't understand that, or don't believe it, get your head out of the rocks, because regular SEO, regular, ranking is not going to be what we look at in the future. I was at the Google conference in Vegas at Next, and like every other word was new search, generative AI. Look at all the content around the keyword. Relevancy is important, right? LSI keywords are important, but actual keyword ranking is going to be something of the past in days and months and years to come. It's not going to exist anymore.
Yep.
So with what you're doing, and you're bringing this forward and showing, the basic sites that are blog posts, content, information, link backs, and so forth, that's what's going to show up in Google search, along with images, along with videos, and other social media platforms. And so you're ahead of the curve here in terms of really people are going to have to know, coming fairly soon.
Yep.
And I couldn't get over how many times they said, search is going. They don't say it's going away. They just say it's going to be different, right? And I think we can all just understand that with what you're building here. And the reason that you're building it is you got to have content. Yep. And, with this and the way that we do things, you built something that's really important, for that to happen.
And where we're to follow up with that, our bulk content writing, we start with questions. We answer the questions with search intent focused bulk writing. And they're all 500 to 1,000 words. They all answer a question. And we do that because that's the top of the search funnel, is people are asking questions. These are long tail keywords, but you have a greater chance of answering a question, of being ranked on a long tail keyword answering a question. And we just, if you've got a good answer, have the answer in that first paragraph along with the supporting documents, and then start putting your links in there, your anchor text links and your ads and whatever else you want in there. So it is building. You're watching it. It's watching grass grow if you get 20 or 30 of them in here. This is why I will set it to run at night before I leave, or I'll set it before I go to lunch. You can look at the timer, I got 34 events left. So events are text boxes, images being put in. If we got any voiceovers in there, they're putting in, and you can see, it's building it as if it's a person. So Google is seeing this as a live person doing this. That's another advantage, is it doesn't see it as automated. It sees it as, okay, he's putting in 3 websites. And it's kind of, the speed of it, I think Chris has slowed it down so it would be what a real person would do. Wayne, any questions that we can answer while we're watching paint dry here?
Someone asked about what are the prerequisites. Well, Google Site Factory and AIMasher are the prerequisites to do what Damon showed you today.
Yeah, what I'm showing you are the 2 tools: AIMasher, Google Site Factory.
Damon, you're not using AI Factory internally. You're just using your builder along with the GSites and not using AI, right? Our AI.
Right. We're not using any of the extra tools that
Beautiful.
Google Sites Factory has a lot of tools. We're only using maybe 10% of the power of Google Site Factory. And that's because we've already built the articles and we're enhanced them, we edited them, and we would put these on our own blog post if we wanted to.
All right. So you don't need to use RAI.
Right.
So that's a savings.
Yep.
And I don't know, did Chris tell you and show you about the sitemap?
Yeah, that's what I want to show them next.
Oh, shut up, Patrick. Sorry.
Okay. Now, one of the things that Google Site dropped, I think it was 3 years ago, because it's a Google site and it's a Google property, they feel like they don't need to have a sitemap. So if you put this on Google Search Console, it's going to ask you for a sitemap. Well, you don't get a sitemap with Google. However, what they've done for us is Chris has built a Google sitemap maker, which is absolutely brilliant because now you get the Google site, you get an XML feed that you can do other things with. And working with Chris is now you get a table of contents for all this made for you automatically. Okay, it looks like it's done. Okay, when it's finished, it will give you this right here. Now, I'm going to do something that it took us a month, Patrick, so you know when you pay them, you can blame me on this. I'm going to come over here. Okay.
Is that all it was? A month? Okay. I'll believe you.
Well, that was the last month. I'm going to add a couple more. Okay. So who should be invited? What's the difference between a mini Moni? Ooh, that's a good question. And let's find, let's go to page 3. We're going to do 2 on this. How many people will come if you invite 200 people to a micro wedding? Good question. I don't know. 2 posts. Okay. Download selected articles. Okay. Now you see they're in here in a zip file. And I'm going to come back over to this and I'm going to import more. Import more. I'm going to import the micro wedding 2 post. Okay. Now it's going to ask you a very important question. Don't click yes. Okay. This is when you want to say no. I don't know why it's set up this way. Do you want to create a new site? If you do, click yes. Or import to an existing site. I want to import to this site, so I'm going to say no here. If you say yes, it's going to build you a brand new site. Okay. So make sure you say no here. Okay. Now, I've imported those 2 new sites. The green means go, means we have all those pages built, and we got 2 more pages in here that we're about to push in there. So this is what I forgot to do last time is click that upload to URL. We will skip 6 pages already published. Do you want to proceed? Yes. Okay. So I know this is kind of redundant. It's very slow. I'm watching, we're all watching it together as it's doing this. It's uploading images and then it will start writing the content in there.
In fairness,
I have a question for you real quick.
Oh, go on. Right?
When you said it's slow in relationship to what? If you had to build this yourself, it would take you hours and hours to do this.
Yeah.
So it's not really slow, is it?
Well, it's not slow, but
it's just in our McDonald's world, it's slow.
I think the key bit of information here is you don't want Google to believe it's not a human filling it in.
That's right. And slow is good in this scenario. We want it to look like a human input. Patrick, I hope that answers.
Yes, I'm just teasing.
Now, ideally, you have this on a separate computer, and you just keep on doing, whatever you want to do. And once it gets through the 34 images, it's going to start doing the pages. So once it finishes this, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you the fun stuff that we can do with Google Sites. And I kind of led into it early on, but we're going to be editing some of the pages. Okay, create GSites. Now it's using the Chromium browser, and you can kind of watch it going along here. Now, you don't want to click on anything in this browser. The only thing you could do is come up here, full size, but don't close this screen. Very dangerous. And so it's got 38 events to do. Now, as this is doing this, Patrick, give me some ideas of what you would put on the homepage of one of these micro wedding or these GSites.
A lot of pictures, and within the pictures, making sure that they're 100%, metadata stuffed, so that Google reads all the metadata in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I would create a listicle form, which is a way to spam the GSite, but not get caught with it, because under a listicle is like a nice Q&A. So you can build Q&As on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then part of the other teaching that we do on the backside of it is, take your content and create, unseen, which we'll train everybody on, but unseen content on Google Docs, on Google Keep, on Google Slides, and we create all of that internalized, unseen to the naked eye SEO, applications that enhances everything that you're doing on the front side of it. And then we link them all back together. And when you create many of these, you can create your own mini PBN by just linking them back and forth to each other.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in the same niche, right?
Yep.
And so those are part of the things that we're teaching. And all that stuff that we're sharing with everybody on the backside of it, and other people that are in the group there can attest to, the fact that we're always coming up with something new each week. Like right now we're doing comment stacking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which literally for every site you can, in everything that you're doing on the right-hand side, you can add a comment, and then you can create your comments just as though you're creating posts, and take your post and put them in the comment and stack all your comments, which are your posts, into each other and link them together and create a PBN comment stacker as well. And within that comment stacker, you can have links to your main site and so forth. So it gets really, really, really deep. What you see up here and what you're doing is awesome, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just the tip of the iceberg of what we're able to do and how we're getting things right. Because every single one of those pictures that you're putting in there,
Yep.
what I would ultimately end up do is extracting that picture from the site. I go to Metadata Factory. I just metadate the shit out of those images, and then I pop them back into GSites. And then also, I would probably at some point, since you're asking the question, is I would take all of those images and put them into a slider and make a slide deck out of it, and have that on my site as well, so that all of those images might show up, and every one of those images not only are metadated, but the slide deck is metadated, and all the content that we could put into the blank field for the sliders is, stuffed as well. So lots you can do with it.
Yep. And I've been on y'all's calls before. If y'all have never been on a Ranking Factory call, Gary gets on there and it just blows your mind, some of the stuff that he's doing with all this.
Well, me too.
Well, yeah, I mean, Patrick and Gary, I'm sorry. I just assumed that was it. Okay.
I'm just teasing you. No, yeah. But he came up with something the other day, like, oh, I was just doing this, and look at this and look at that and blah, blah, blah. Holy crap, we can do this, this, and this, and this, and this. And it's like, man, I don't even know how to spell what you just said.
Yeah. Now, I want to tell y'all something really important on this. there is a button here that you've got to do after that first one. I forgot, is hit save. Okay. It saves this as a project file in JSON language. Okay. So whenever you want to bring this project back up, let's say in 3 weeks, you've got 100 more micro wedding, maybe you have mini wedding secrets that go in with it. You would load it and it would look like this. Okay. So make sure you do save it. And then when you load, you're good to go. So there's all these other tools. I have no idea how to use them because
we'll help everybody when they need to. But right now, for what you're teaching, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, you just use import AIMasher. And Patrick mentioned listicles. This is a great place to add listicles on the bottom of your AIMasher of all those articles. Okay. So
beautiful.
You can have them already done before you even come in here. Okay. That's what we were trying to do, is get to the point where you have a complete package. All you have to do is import them, upload them. You got to hit that button once you upload. Okay. Now, I told you I'm going to show you something else. We've got 5 articles in there. They're all green here. We've hit save. We're ready to close it. So I'm just going to close that window. And I'm going to open up the GSite Factory sitemap factory. Hard to say really fast. And I'm going to come over here.
You've seen this more than I have because it's brand new. We made it specifically for you.
I know, and I appreciate that. And when you pay your coder, just say Damon thanks you too.
And he's going to say with what?
With what? Yeah.
With what?
Okay. Now this was some micro wedding secrets. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to go back here. Let's bring up editing page. Okay, so I'm editing. I'm going to go into micro wedding secrets, and let's go ahead and hit publish just to make sure it's okay. So it has been published. If you see this, it means you don't have anything new on there. So I'm going to come over here and go view published site. Okay, this is the home page. I'm going to copy that home page right now, and I'm going to go over to GSite. GSite map factory. I'm going to paste that right there. And I am going to hit this one button here.
This is it. This is sick.
Okay. So you have HTML code for this right here. This is your copy that you would use as your table of contents. Now I'm going to, I think I can flip it over. Let me see if I can do this. Actually, I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm going to come down here and go.
Well, you know more about this than I do, so.
Let's see if that worked. Refresh. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so if you want to change it, that's the quick way of doing it. Okay, now we have a table of contents, but it's got our name. It's got the domain name in front of it. I don't want that. So I'm going to click this button, filter the site name. I'm going to copy the formatted. I don't want to copy HTML. I'm going to copy the formatted. Come over here, copy it. Now I'm going to come back in. Let's just move this out of the way. Come back in here to the microsite wedding. And remember, we're going to change the theme. Let's make it pretty. Let's put this in there. Now let's put vision. I like vision because I can put a background behind it. And I'm going to go ahead and put image, select, and now I can use my Google Drive. We just created micro wedding. I think it's this one. Okay. So let's do that image. So we've uploaded all the images to your Google Drive under a folder called micro wedding secrets. I'm going to click that, click insert. Okay. Ooh, that looks pretty nice. I like that. Okay. Now I need to come over here to insert. We're working on the home page. I'm going to put a text box in there, and I'm place my cursor, and we're going to do that. We have a table of contents. And get rid of that extra space. Anytime you update your table of contents, then you would want to come over and do a new GSite. Let's make that heading. Heading inherits the theme heading. I don't think we have anything above it. And now I'm going to come in, and just to fill it out, I'm going to, let's just do, I'll do 4. Okay. Now, I'm going to put in some images in here from Drive, and I'm just going to choose some random images out of the micro wedding. Let's do micro wedding. I think that was the 3-pack. We'll do maybe that one. Looks good. Insert. I'll put in another one. Drive. Micro wedding. Looks good. And put in another one. Drive. Micro wedding. Insert. And you can see how it's done. It's, whoops, that's, take that back out. I don't want that. We'll just do this one over here. And from Drive, wedding. And let's put that in there. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing. You can resize these. Let's bring that up a little bit. So I'm just kind of playing around with the sizing. And let's pull that down. I think, yeah. There we go. Pull that down. There we go. And you can click on these images and move them around. You can make them bigger. So it's very kind of easy to use. So I'm going to come in here. I don't know which one I want to put in there. So I'm just going to hit the hyperlink button. What's a timeline? Apply. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you probably want to pull an image that's in that post. But for speed's sake, I'm just going to do put random images in there. Okay, so we got 3 images in there, and just to make it look good, I'm going to put in a YouTube and micro weddings. If you ever want some really funny stuff, I always put micro wedding fails or fails after things. So these are, and I'm not going to put the shorts in there. The story of a micro wedding, small wedding, big problems, and there we go. We got 4. Now you probably would want to, actually review them first, but just for speed's sake, I'm just kind of moving them around. But you see how easy it is to use the editor here. And if you want to move that table of contents up, let's maybe put it right at the very top. Okay. If you want it centered, you can just kind of push it in like that. And then it's going to show you centering bars. And you're done. So ideally, you want to publish it. But before I publish it, let me show you. You want to go into these. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, it did not inherit this because we did this afterwards. So you would probably want to change your header type. Let's make it banner, or you can do title only, banner. You can make it a full cover. You see how you just play around with it. And you can put whatever image you want back in here. Of course, select, go into Google Drive. I'm only going to do one of these just so save some time here. And let's maybe use that one. Okay. So there's the title. And here's the image. This is how I make it look nicer. I'm going to reframe that, and I'm going to put this image above the title. And just play around with how you want to put. I'm going to put that on the side. Put these people, they're talking to each other, and move that around. See how it's recentering everything? So I'm going to take all that, and I'll hit Control X, and then I'm going to put it right here. So this gives you some, look at that.
Flexibility.
It gives you a lot of flexibility on what you're doing right here. This looks really nice. And then maybe do that.
Check your spelling, but all that stuff.
Yep. And let's do that. So you can see this is real easy on how you do all this. You hit publish, and we had 2 pages that were getting changed. So now we're going to hit publish. That's what it used to look like. And now this is what it's going to look like. So view published site. That looks nice. That looks real nice. Now I missed that last image down there, but you
all right, you get the point.
Yeah, you get the idea of how it's done. Okay. Now let's go back to Micro Wedding Secrets. This is the home page, and there we go. Now I wanted to show you one last thing. Is we have these RSS-Masher local pages. You probably have heard us talk about those. If you've got RSS-Masher, you may not even know you have it. But everybody gets local pages. And if you want to double your local page, you click that big old banner ad. I don't have any local pages dedicated to micro weddings, but I do have other ones. I've got the pet costumes. You saw that one, model trains, digital nomad. And I'm going to go into one of these. These are actually RSS feeds that we bring in. So here's all the RSS feeds right here. And this is my site right here. But I pair it with Wag the Dog, Puppy in Training, Train Walk Poop.com. So those are RSS feeds. They go into this, what we're building is a local page. We spin the title. So every time somebody pulls it up, they're going to see a different title there. We put in tags, but we have like 3 different formats. I'm going to do this one. And how many external links do you want to put in there? 10. And then you can put in your own links as statics, which I've already done. You would put in any blog post that you want to backlink to. Okay. You click add statics. It's going to come down here, and then you get data for all rows. It's going to pull the title, the description, and the image URL. So these are all my sites. And what I'm going to do with local page is we're going to blend all my sites in here with all those expert feeds that we have. So I want expert feeds, and I want my sites mixed all together. Okay.
But basically, you're stealing everybody else's authority for
Absolutely.
You too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That is, and this is what Daryl Osborne, I think he uses your tool.
Yeah.
He has researched this to the extent is he can prove when you use this local page that you do have more authority links coming in with it. I mean, it's such an interesting concept, very easy to do. Once you're done, you would hit let's update.
And that's what you're getting. You could get a link from Tony Robbins or whatever because it's coming through the RSS feed, right?
Yep.
Cool.
So I'm gonna pull that out just a little bit, and
we're gonna have to play with that and put that on the GSite.
Well, it's already there. It's already built for it. Okay.
So you just didn't show it. Okay.
Yeah, you build it, and then you're going to get the link.
Okay. So you just put the embed link in.
Yeah. He's already got it set up for us. You can put it on. We're manually putting it on the home page, but if you use let's see if I'm going to hit.
See, I'm learning something.
Okay. So this is the link right here. I'm going to grab this link, preview, copy link address. come over here to micro weddings. Okay. So I'm going to put in insert embed code and put the URL in there. Okay, insert. Now it put it down at the bottom. Oh, I'm on the wrong page anyway, but that's okay. You can see what it looks like. Let's take this image out and put it right above and pull that back over.
Okay. This is so easy. People don't realize how easy it is to do this, you know?
And so now I don't know why you would want pet costumes in micro wedding, but that's what we're going to do today. Okay, hit publish.
New fad, bud.
It's a new fad. Well, you might want your dog to walk down the aisle with you.
You betcha. You'd be surprised.
And I'm going to go back to the home page here, and I'm going to insert embed. Okay. Now you could have, if you've got local pages, you can put different ones on different pages if you want it. Absolutely, whole page, and there we go. Okay. Now let's hit publish. Let's see what it looks like. And now we'll go over to view published site. Okay. Table of contents, blog post, videos. Here's our local page. Now it is on an iframe, but the iframe, really what you want this for is for Google to read the links. Okay. So Google is reading it. You do have, you would want to put really good links to pair up with your own static links in here. And if you click on any of these, they go to different sites, but we like them with all the images in there. So this one I know goes to my best dog training. And this one is, I don't know who it is, but we randomly mix them in. So every day that somebody would come in, if they visit this site tomorrow, we'll have different links in there, except for our statics. Our static links stay in here. So
how many static links do you use?
Pardon me?
How many static links do you use?
I think I put in 8 or 9. I mean, you can put in unlimited static links.
So do those static links carry the same image?
Yes. Yeah. They're blog posts with whatever image is on the blog itself.
So once it's in here, do we have access to the image? Or is it just a feed in and we don't have access to it?
No, it's consider this an RSS feed basically.
Okay.
Gotcha. And if you'll notice, we got privacy policy. Okay. Looks nice. This is exactly what we have on Masher sites. How do I know this? Chris copied this for us. So anyway, how many people will come? I don't like the navigation bar like that. So let's tune it up just a little bit. I'm going to come into settings, navigation, top, side, brand images. This is where you put in your logo, a favicon, your tools, info icons. You can do a custom domain if you wanted to. You
do not do that.
Yeah, don't do that. But you could put in Google Analytics right here, okay? And then put in your GA4 in there. You can do announcement banners that go up here. So it's very limited, but the effect is it does a pretty decent. Yeah, if you tune it up just a little bit. And let's go back into homepage.
Damien, just for purposes of what I said, you don't want to change a custom domain because as soon as you change the custom domain, it is no longer a Google site.
Yeah.
And all the domain authority, the DAPA evaporates as soon as you change it to a custom URL.
I didn't know that, but that's really, really good to know. So this was that page that we fixed up and we dropped in the local page. So these are going to be RSS feeds. They're going to be updated every day. You get new feeds in there. So this is really nice. If you notice, we did spend a little bit of time. This is how, if you manually put it in, block by block, like we did with the GSite factory, this is how it goes in. Okay. Now, the one thing I did notice, I'll point it out. Let's go to, this was aquascaping. Okay. So on aquascaping, this box if you don't edit it, in fact, let's see if I got one that I didn't edit. Okay, I didn't edit this. If you'll notice, the box is really big and it's over to the left. So you have to just go in there and play with the toggles, and you can just resize it, take away the white space, move images around. Once you play with this for about 10 minutes, you're going to be an expert on this. It's very easy. Google's made it very easy to use. Okay.
Yeah.
Patrick, anything else? In fact, let me show you one other thing. Google Sites Factory. Okay. Go in there, add content. It was on the import, and I don't really want to import again, but when you import, there was a box that says put in your iframe embed. That's where you would put it
Right.
on the import method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All these got loaded correctly. So anyway, it's any questions we can answer while we're in the tools.
What's everybody's thought? I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that you never thought about being able to do or use or get on an authority to get literally the backlinks that you can create here, Damon, to your main site, your Google My Business page and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of links you can bring directly from this Google site to whatever property you want to try to rank for.
Yep. Okay.
There's a lot of questions about send me the link.
Okay. That's what we're about to show you real quick.
Wait a minute. I like this so much, I have to go raise prices.
And to be fair, everyone, we've got a special offer as well that no one else has got, only us. Patrick has been very kind to you all.
Yep. So let's go back over here. It is HTTPS bitpenguin. Wayne, can you copy that?
Oh, is that the link?
It's a rocket link for us.
Well, let's see. Let's make sure that everything works, because I just created something for Wayne while you were talking that ain't not. So,
okay. When you get in here, when you click this link here, let's see if I can click it from here. Okay. When you click the link, you want to go in. He's got all the other tools that you have, and you want to come down here and go get started. Okay. Then we got pricing plans from here. But before you do that, let me show you. We have the Google Sites tool, AI powered, a multi-site tool, but we've got, oh, that's what I want to do. You're going to get Google Sites Factory. And because this is an AIMasher package, you're going to get the site map included with it. And then he's got a training camp that they've done already, but I think they may be freshening it up with the AIMasher stuff. And I may join them on that.
you should, yeah.
Help out. And there is a coupon code. Patrick, tell me what the coupon code is, and we'll put it here.
Try it, because did I send you one before, or did I just create a new one?
You just sent one called Masher.
Okay, try Masher, see if it works.
Okay, so if I go in to multi-site, he's got two pricing options there. And this is the Google site. So if you want just a single license, a monthly plan is $167. If you want the hybrid, this is a pretty decent deal. It's $497 one time, and then it's $67 a month from then on. And I'm just going to go. This is everything you saw here. It took about 10 minutes to do at the very most. In fact, I matched up the images. But the ones that I put here on the home page, I made sure that I tweaked everything and adjusted everything. So there's article summary. And let's do this. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how to adjust the audio track on there. Let's do. Pull aquascapes up. aquascape. And I didn't even know what aquascaping. I assumed it's something to do with water. Let's pull in a page. Okay, I've already done that one. Okay, here's one. Now, this is what you'll see if you're doing a voiceover. Don't worry about it. Just do this and do that. Okay, that's all it takes. And let's make this look pretty. Overview and make this look really nice. And what I do is there is an extra space in here, so I'm going to take that out. I just hit the delete button and change it from title to heading. And it adopts, the heading adopts the whatever set for the theme. I think the heading looks better than the title block does. Okay, that looks really nice. Come on down. And you'll notice that, and I think Chris is fixing it, there's some extra spaces at the end of each of these text boxes. And he's setting it up so you won't have to do what I'm doing. I'm hitting the delete button, getting rid of those extra spaces. Let's do this. That. You can put it inside of the box like that. That looked pretty good. Okay. And you'll notice some random sentences sometimes get cut off and put on the other one. Okay. And take that out. Cycling. That's a good image to put right there. So have fun with this. I mean, this images will get the attention that you need to keep people on a Google site, along with this voiceover. We've noticed that we get people on there for 34 seconds, basically, versus, the hit and run type of people. Let's do that and do that, and then we'll hit publish. Publish. And then we'll go view published site, and we'll look at that page we just built. Very, very nice. Very easy to do. You just saw, I mean, this image just that would get attention. Okay. So that's how you would fix anything like that, like the audio on there. Wayne, any other questions? I think Jill asked a real good question. Did you answer that already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. And everybody's seen the link that we had with it. So it's vidpenguin.link/GSF2 if you want to buy it. The sitemap factory it's something that you don't think about until you actually try to make one of these table of contents manually. And then to be able to put a sitemap in your Google Search Console really does help too.
Oh, it's amazing what it does.
Yep.
Okay, so Damon, what I'm going to have to do, because I know you're at the end of this, is
Yep.
I'm going to go make up something special.
Okay.
And then I'll send it over to you, and then we'll make sure that it's going to work the way that it's supposed to, because I had created a special link specifically not going to the page.
Okay.
And so it's kind of crisscrossing what I was doing for you and what that's saying that you have. So
Okay.
let me get it so it works directly for us, and get it to you this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to give me the link. I'm going to put it behind this.
Yep.
So
they can still go, but go later.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't pay $9.97 less 30%. Pay $4.97 is my recommendation.
Right.
Anything else, Patrick, before we sign off today?
No, I mean, not only is this building powerful sites, but look at the power of the backlinks that you're getting from the GSite authority to wherever you want that link to go, whether it's a page, a video, TikTok, wherever. And you can continue to build out these pages. And once you get in here and you see the training, that we do and how we show you how to use the back end. I know there's some people that are here that I can't see that already are in Ranking Factory or GSite Factory and can comment, how stupid incredible our, training is. But that was really, it's like you're just always looking for something that's going to be better than everybody else. And you're getting the edge up. And literally, it may look like it's a little complicated, but like Damon said, once you go through it once or twice and then you hit the save button, you load the project up, you add a couple things, you save it again and publish it again. Bob's your uncle, you're ready to go again. So it's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah. And just, like I mentioned kind of early on, there's some quirkiness to it, and that's okay, as long as you know what they are. I would not do more than 20 posts at a time. I definitely save the GSF and then reload it, down the road. But you're gonna be reposting to this site multiple times, and we've worked really hard with Chris to get it to where you can, a month from now, you can come in and load 20 more or 100 more in there. And you can't really do that with any other tool out there. This is why I got excited, because this is doing what nobody else can do right now. It's really nice.
Well, part of the other thing is, like, I don't know if anybody out there went to the next conference in Google in Vegas, but when I was there, the whole keyword phrase that everybody was talking about was, SEO generative AI. Conversation AI, right? And so as you're building what you're saying here, Damon, with the sites and the conversation and putting everything together in a package like this is what Google's going to be looking for. Everything that surrounds the keyword that you're trying to rank for. The days of ranking a keyword are going to be gone. It's just not going to happen anymore.
Yep.
It's going to be the content and everything around what's supporting that keyword that's going to help it to rank.
Yeah.
At least that's what they say. I mean, I'm just regurgitating, what I heard 5 times at 5 different, speakers when I was in Vegas, right? And I'll give you another tip that we're finding out right now. And that is, if you guys understand or can do anything at all with Bing, we're shifting our focus to Bing. Okay. Simply because everybody's not concentrated, Damon, on Bing for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's still ripe. It's, you don't have to do a whole lot to rank on Bing.
Yeah.
But when you're using the techniques that you're doing, techniques that we're doing, building, microsites and masher sites and GSites and everything else, we're actually seeing that we're getting, listed on Bing a hell of a lot faster than we are on Google.
Yep. Yep.
So that's just a, tip that we're working on as well. And then the other tip is, when you add your images, take the time to find a tool. We have Metadata Factory, but find a tool to take the content that you're putting on your page and make sure that you're putting that same content, or as much of it as possible, within the image metadata, because that will support the page.
AIMasher does that for them.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm telling you what you're already doing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one last thing is on this insert button. I wanted to kind of go over it. You can still see, you can do a menu selection. This is on the navigation. You do a full page embed. But if you want to put a direct link that's going to show up in navigation, this is where you would do that. So you don't even build a page. If I've got a aquarium site, I would just put in a few links in there. I would put in maybe the category or a tag link, about aquascaping, and just build those into the navigation. And then you got the new page button, which I showed you earlier. If you want to just drop a quick page in the site, it's, you can do that under either insert page or insert full. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us today. Give us about an hour, and we'll have that link. Save the link if you're interested in it, and Patrick will have it updated for us. Okay. Wayne, any closing?
Not really. Just I think you've seen what it does. I think it's one thing that you need to get all these tools and marry them all together, specifically the Google Sites and the AIMasher. For those of you that have already got RSS Masher, then you'll be able to do local pages as well. The three together, power to be like used and just beat all your competitors by using the three tools together.
Yep. And we make things to be automated. Patrick, anything to add before we leave?
No, I mean, I could sit here for an hour and a half and tell you all the other stuff that's happening. But once you get involved with this, if you already are, you know what we do. But, like in 20 minutes, 34 minutes, we've got our Friday, like you have your Friday program. We do it every week. And, I think today we're going to be talking about how to utilize and stuff Google Notes in Sheets and in Docs and whatever, so that we can stack our Google Notes. And we've already tested it, and it's already working. It's just freaking ridiculous. Well, so you'll get access to all of this if you have the GSite factors by saying.
Well, and the cool thing is we're on these pages, you can come in and put Google properties in here, in lieu of where this fish is. Google makes it real easy to resize docs or comments or even Google Keep Notes. So think in terms of you want to make it multimedia, and the way that, if you did an embed code, you can't really insert stuff in the middle of it. But I think this looks better than doing a straight embed code. But it's up to your budget, what you can afford. But Patrick's right. It's all these Google properties interlinked together. They have a lot of power to backlink things. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the call, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.